Welcome to Liberal Arts Chemistry for the summer. This is going to be just a short overview of how Canvas will work for this course. I'm assuming you all have seen Canvas before, and this will work much the same way. If you use it on your phone versus using it on the computer, will be a little bit different display. I'm going to show you on the computer version. You'll have the modules here in the middle, and to the side you will have your upcoming assignments due. I will try to put due dates on each of the assignments so that you will know when you need to turn something in. And to the side you will have some other buttons that may be useful at different points. The first module on here is really like a bloated syllabus. So this is going to have the welcome page, which you already found, and additional information that might be things that you need to know throughout the course, but not at a specific time. So if you want to be able to contact me, or if you want to know what some support services are, you can come to this. For the most part, you're going to be able to close this. We're going to come back to it in a minute and look at the course schedule though. The rest of the course will have modules that are related to what we need to be doing in the course. We'll have a short getting started module here that'll have some tasks to let you get started on how this course is going to be organized. And then after that, there will be one module for each chapter. We will do 6 that we are going to be covering. You'll notice the different icons. A little piece of paper with a folded edge is just something for you to read. A little airplane is something for you to enter information into. Sometimes it's a quiz, sometimes it is an assignment. If it is one that counts as a quiz for this course, then I will label it as a quiz. Canvas will call all of these quizzes, but some of them are just assignments. If we have the little cartoon bubbles here, those are discussions where I may ask you to talk with your classmates. And a piece of paper with a pencil means that you're going to do an assignment. And you will need to submit things. Most of the time you're going to upload something. This might be a document from your computer, or you might take a scan or screenshot of something and upload that. You will see there are circles here. For each of these circles, you want to be able to have those checked off. So this check mark means that we have already visited the welcome page. So let's take a look at that again. There's some information about me, about where to get the textbook, and then how the course is organized. So this one's pretty short. You can read this in just a couple of minutes, and the to-do date here is just telling us when to get started on that. So when we have the overview for the chapter, the due date for that doesn't mean you need to do the entire thing on that date. It means that don't get started any later than that date, or you're going to fall behind in the course. Why is not falling behind important? Well, if we scroll down a little bit further, you can see that in this chapter 1, we can't really click on anything. This module is not available until we complete all the items in the prerequisite. And the prerequisite is this getting started module. So we have to have check marks for each of these circles. We have to read the pages and do the interactive tools, participate in these discussions, and submit the assignments in order to move on to the next module. There are some things that might just be information that you may need that won't have circles next to them. So the key things will have circles. Those must be completed before going on to the next thing. Before I can go on to the exam, I have to complete both chapter 1 and chapter 2. So that means that I can't do either of those modules until I do the getting started, and then I'll have to do all of those modules before the exam date. You will have a 1-day period in which to do the exam, and so you need to make sure that you have all of the other modules before that completed ahead of time in order to make sure that you have the ability to open the exam on the exam date. Since there's only one possible date for the exam, then you must be caught up. Now, since I only have the exam available on one day, please let me know that if you have plans over the summer that will prevent you from taking the exam on that day, and I can move your exam usually to the day before in order to make sure you stay caught up. Exams and quizzes will have a time limit on them. So for the exams, it will be 1 hour. If you are somebody who usually gets extended time on exams, please let me know what your accommodations are by sending me your letter of accommodation so I can allow that extended time on all your exams and quizzes. For each chapter, you are going to have a couple of pretty common things. There will be an overview that lists everything. Sometimes it'll provide additional information from what's in the textbook, and sometimes it will provide links to videos that maybe explain things a little bit differently than the textbook does, so that if it's just not working for you reading the book, you can look at those as well. Sometimes they will have interactive tools for your assignments. Usually I'll have you do a reflect that will just kind of let you know what the context for the chapter is and get you thinking along the lines of where we're going in that chapter. There will be vocabulary assignments. I will not require those assignments, but if you complete them, generally you should get full credit, and that will help your grade. Additionally, that vocabulary is information that you need to know for any future quizzes and tests, so it's good to be able to define those to begin with. Finally, you are going to have some video. You're going to have some videos that you need to watch for each chapter. I'll provide usually 6 to 10 videos, and you will choose somewhere between 3 and 5 of those videos to watch. Most of them are pretty short, and you'll answer 5 to 10 questions. If you get 80% on those, then you will earn the credit for that video. And if you do not get at least 80%, then you will not earn credit for that video. You can retake the quizzes on the same video. Some of the questions might be a little bit different. Or you can just decide, didn't like that video, I'll watch a different one. So that's going to be for every chapter, and you're going to need to make sure you complete those assignments before you move on to the next chapter. So that pretty much covers what you need to know about this course. Let me go back to the course schedule, as I said I was going to. A couple of things to point out here. In the first week, I've listed my office hours, and these are also on the syllabus that you can look at. I'll be on Zoom for 1 hour for those office hours, and I'll create a link here that you can just click on those. And that's going to be every Tuesday and Wednesday. The links are only going to be in this first week, but you can just click on those, either one of those, and you'll get to my office hours. I will stay on Zoom for about 15 minutes, and if nobody shows up, then I will log out. But if you need me, you can email me or contact me in some other way, and I will be happy to log on to Zoom and help you. If those times don't work for you, I'd also be happy to meet with you on a different time. We just want to keep it as quick as possible because this course moves very, very quickly. You will notice here that as you scroll down, there are 2 holidays in this session. Juneteenth, you'll have no assignments due, and July 4th is a Saturday. I typically don't have assignments due on Saturday because most people like to wait until Sunday to do them. So I have left June 3rd with no assignments due either. So those are the things that you will be able to have that day off. You have links to most of these assignments in here. Because there are a lot of links on this course, there are going to be some times when the link takes you to an old assignment, and thus it's broken. So if you're ever trying to find an assignment or a page and the link isn't working, please just email me and let me know, and I will try and fix that link as soon as possible. All right, so that covers the course introduction, and hopefully you will be able to be successful in this course and get this out of the way. Please remember that this is covering an entire 15-week, 3-day-a-week course. So this is not something that you should be able to expect to fit into 15 or 20 minutes a day or a week. You are probably going to need to spend something like 15 hours a week on it. So it's kind of like a part-time job. People who are able to keep a regular schedule, or people who are able to power through and do a lot of things at one time, generally do pretty well in this course. But if you're somebody who tends to set things off until later and procrastinate, that may be a reason to consider taking this at a different time. So I'll try and check in with you within the first week and let you know if I think that you need to be paying a little bit more attention to staying up to date. Good luck to you, and I hope to see your information about you soon on introducing yourself. Thank you, and goodbye.